Hi everyone, this is the 16th episode of the Digital Marketing 101 series. In the past weeks, I have been presenting the on-page SEO techniques, 12 of them, each in a video individually. In this video, I put all these videos together into one for anyone who prefers to watch and get all the information at one go. Here are all the on-page SEO with 12 actionable techniques that work. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification button to get updated whenever I publish a new video. These are the SEO techniques that you do on your website. They include tactics such as strategically placing your keywords on the pages of your website, for example, on the site title, page title, within the content, image, alternate text tag, etc. To do on-page SEO, you will need keywords. Keywords are critical to the success of your business. They are the words that people use to find products, services, brands, and information. In short, they are the words people use to find your business and your website. As such, you need to find what keywords people are using to search for products or services like the ones your business offer. To do that, you need to conduct keyword research. I've done a video about keyword research. This is a previous video. So click on this link above to watch and learn about keyword research. Or you can go to the description below where I will leave a link to the video for you. The title tag is the title that you give for each page on your website. It is one of the most powerful on-page ranking factors and can influence whether your web page appears on the search results and also how high it will rank on these search results. It can also influence clickability, and that is whether people will click on the search result link. According to Moz, title tags have long been considered one of the most important on-page SEO elements. They further explain that title tags are the second most important on-page factor for SEO after content. In a previous video that I did mention that content is king and it is the most powerful factor, most important thing you should look at when you do SEO. And so here you go. Title tags help spiders or search bots to know what the main topic of a web page is all about, what any given page on your site is about in the most concise and accurate way possible. Here we see an example of a title tag. It's one of my web page on my website, and it's ranked on the first page. As you can see, the title is Web Talk Review, Scam or Legit. So here you can see, right, with this title tag, I'm telling the search bots that the web page is all about a review of a product named Web Talk, and I will review if it is a scam or a legitimate product. This helps Google, and as such it is important for Google to understand your title tag. This is so that they can rank your page visibility in the SERPs, the search engine results page. And most important of all, your title tag will show up as the blue link in the search engine results, like what you've seen just now, right? So here is a very important tip for all of you. The title tag is the text that most people will read on search engine results. I'm sure you do it too, right? When you look at the search engine results, you look only at the title text first. So it is the first thing that people will look at when they look at the list of the search results before they read the meta text. And the reason why you look at the title text first is because it's a big part in your decision making process, whether you want to click on that link and that result or not. So here are some tips on how to write a powerful and effective title tag. You need that in order to get more clicks on the links in your search results, right? And also to get, you need to get better search engine ranking. So the first tip is to use keywords in the title tag. Target a primary keyword and then make sure that your title tag contain these keywords. Ideally, place the keywords closer to the start of the title tag, you know, and this will enable it to be, more likely to rank for that keyword based query. Yeah. Okay. Another thing to consider is to include a long tail keyword. Long tail keywords have been known to be easier to rank. Yeah, but of course you need a keyword research tool to decide that. Next, the title tag must be relevant to the content. So make sure that the title tag, the title is relevant to the content of that page. The title tag of that web page must also summarize the content of that page. It must reflect the topic that's in mind, and the title tag must reflect that. This will make it easier for Google's crawlers to index such web pages because they can quickly look at the title tag and find out what this web page is all about and if it's related to a user's search query. Next, it is good to make the title tag interesting and unique. So look at what's unique about your content and tell people about it. Write something interesting to attract their attention. Another tip is to use local and national keywords. This is to include the geographic location. And this is extremely important, especially for local businesses that have physical retail locations. By including the geographic location, you can target customers from a specific area or region. Including the geographic location will also make it clear to the search engines as well as people searching about your location. For example, your state, county, city, borough, district, or neighborhood. If your company name is not part of the uh, important key phrase, that means it's not critical to the key phrase itself, then you can put it at the end of the title tag. You may even choose not to put it in at all. Each page needs its own unique title tag. Please do not have duplicate titles that are present on other pages, right? Write unique title tags. Do your keyword research. Find keywords that are different, even though sometimes your content may be quite similar. Yeah, okay. Because every user comes to the website with particular needs and requirements in mind. So you need to write the title to fulfill that need or requirement. As such, don't use one title tag for more than one page. The crawlers also must not find the same title tag on more than one page. If they do, then you will be heavily penalized for putting up what is considered as duplicate content. There's a limit to the title tag characters. Some say 55, some say the limit is 70. So give it that range, yeah? And it includes spaces. So when you write, remember to use keywords, but write wisely. Most have reported that Google typically shows 60 characters of the title tag. So if your title tag is 60 characters or less, you can expect that the title will appear on the search result link. But if it's small, it will get truncated. Some additional tips I can give you is don't use special characters like the dollar sign, percentage, the at symbol, etc. And also please remember, don't use call to action in the title tag like call now or buy now. It is seen as an aggressive form of marketing by Google and other search engines. Meta descriptions are a brief description of what the website or web page is all about. On search results, they will appear below the title tags as you have seen in my earlier episode. Meta descriptions today are not known to have any weight on ranking your web pages. In fact, Google, Bing, and other search engines have stopped using meta descriptions in their ranking algorithms years ago. But that's not to say meta descriptions are not important, right? They are still important in the sense that when people arrive on the search results and they read, let's say they look at your title and they like your title and they start to read the meta description. So this becomes like ad copy, it's for you, it's an opportunity for you to convince these people who are now looking at your meta description to click on your link. And when they click on your link, now that is a direct SEO ranking factor. So how to write powerful and effective meta description? One of the ways would be to use benefit-driven copy. Write compelling copy to increase the number of people clicking through that link to your website. And you do it by describing the benefit that they will get when they go to your web page. Yeah, and what benefit they will get from that web page. Position all the content in terms of the benefits for the user and put it all this most important information at the first part or the beginning part of your meta description copy. Every meta description needs to quickly communicate the subject matter, right? That ties in with the title tag. But more importantly, you should also quickly communicate the benefit that they will get when they land on your web page. If the web page is for a specific product, brand, or topic, put those terms and keywords at the beginning. Here's an important tip. Meta descriptions are excellent to have call to action. You can include the call to action into the meta description, and one of the ways is to ask questions to entice searchers to click on the link to your website. The call to action can also be things like, find out more, buy now, go to the shop or shop here, But remember, don't be too aggressive with your copy. Here's a tip that's quite obvious, but it needs to be said, yeah? All right. Remember to do your best to make the meta description consistent and relevant to the title tag. Every page needs its own unique meta description, right? So please do not have duplicate meta description on, that's similar to other pages on your website. Make sure that the meta description for every page is unique and interesting. Google has recently recommended that people write unique meta descriptions. This is versus auto-generating them. There are some apps that can auto-generate meta description. So try not to use those. Try to write your own unique meta descriptions. Remember to write naturally. Yeah? Make your meta description conversational. Remember, you are writing for people. After all, people are the ones reading your link and meta description. So don't write for search engines or algorithms. Natural language communicates better. Meta descriptions should have less than 160 characters. So write wisely, write naturally, you know. Otherwise, your description could get cut off, or Google may not even use your description at all. Google has been known to actually pick another part of your content and use that for the meta description, because they feel that maybe that is more relevant to the the search results or the search query. Headings are usually a short summary or explanation of what the information within the section of the content will be all about. You can see these in usually in blog posts like mine. You can see on my website. At the same time, these headings make it easier for search bots to understand what that web page content is all about. Google and other search engines today look at the headings, right? And they look at it to determine how relevant is this page to a user's search query. So headings actually doesn't specifically impact your SEO, but there are indirect benefits. This is because when you have headings within your content, it will be seen as content of higher quality, right? Because it's easier to read. So headings are a great way to break up the text, instead of having a whole entire page filled with nothing but text, you can break up the content and use headings to break up the text, organize your content, this makes it easier for the readers to read, to consume the information that you're presenting on your web page. As you write your content, organize it into all these various sections. Then think of the headings for each of these section and edit as headings for each of these section. So this will make it easier to read, right? And visitors will find it easier to read, and they will stay on your page. Also, they will scan the page to see if this page has what they're looking for, and if they don't, then they will leave. So headings do help visitors to stay longer on the web page, and as a result can result in lower bounce rates, and that impacts SEO. You can create up to 6 levels of header tags. They are called H1 tag, H2 tag, H3 tag, H4 tag, and so on until H6 tag. The H stands for header, of course. H1 is the main heading of your web page or your blog post. H2 to H6 are the subsequent subheaders. These are all sequential in levels. What this means is that H2 is the subheader within H1, H3 is the subheader within H2, and so on. So now I'm going to share with you how to write powerful and effective headers. One thing to note is that headers create structure and context, right? So what this means is the header text can, provide structure and context for your article. So as a result, use the headers to break up the text in your article, as opposed to having a long entire page all just nothing but text. When you have headers, it makes the article more scannable, and a scannable article is a readable article, and a readable article is one that's more likely to perform well in search engines. Headers should create relevance. So make sure the headings are related, first of all, related to the primary keyword or header that's for that page. Then use the headings, that are relevant to the content. That is, to make the headings relevant to content as in each section. So, for example, each header should give the reader an idea of the information they're going to get from the section below and from the paragraphs also. you know, and again, this makes the text more scannable, more readable. Visitors will stay longer on the page, and as a result, you will get lower bounce rate, which is very good for SEO. H1 is for the main heading of your web page or blog post. Sometimes it can also be the title of your article. H1s are usually the most visually notable content on your page or blog post, and they are probably the most important SEO feature. H1 should describe what the content is all about, and remember to try to keep the H1 between 20 to 70 characters. Add the keyword that you're ranking for into this H1 header. When possible, try to use a focus long tail keyword in your H1. You can learn more about long tail keyword and other keywords in my video about keyword and keyword research. You should add your keyword, your key phrase in your subheadings, and especially include your main keyword in H1s. Your page, but do remember, as I said quite a few times in this video, make sure that your page should be readable first. First and foremost, readable. Yeah. And that is to write naturally. And include the keywords, but write naturally. Okay, so here's the important tip. Add keyword to H1 only. For H2 to H6, write naturally. Make sure the headers are relevant to the section content. Make sure that your H1s are all unique. Do not have H1s that are duplicate. Headers can be optimized for featured snippets. There seem to be, the headers seem to make a positive impact on SEO, especially for long-tail voice search keywords. Yeah. When a person makes a search query and the query is answered, the Google and other search engines actually look at these headers, and they actually use the headers to outline different list items in search results. As you can see here in this example, Google uses these headers. For example, Google uses headers to create its own bulleted and numbered lists as featured snippet results. Have a consistent style of writing headers. Yeah, if you write headers in a certain way, always write it that way so that it becomes easily readable. Make your headers interesting. Write intriguing header text that will encourage visitors to, take another look and then read your content. Here are some additional tips. Try not to use special characters like $sign, percentages, @ symbols, etc. in your headers. And I think I mentioned this before, but remember, don't use the same headers each time, right? Try to have unique headers. And also, don't use headers with just one word. Today, when you do a search query, you will see images as part of the search results. Here is an example of how they will appear. As you can see, when you do a search query, right, there are search results where images will appear. And the images will appear high on this search engine results page. Alternatively, some people actually just go to the images tab and search using images. Another reason why images are becoming critical for SEO is that more and more people are using image search. They prefer images rather than text. Moz in 2020 actually reported that images are returned for 27.3% of search queries on Google. Every year, this percentage increases. So, despite your best SEO efforts, you could still be missing out on another source of organic traffic. Your website's images, that is, right? So, how do you get in on this traffic source? This traffic source itself? Well, you use image alt text tag. The image alt text tag is the text that can be seen when an image on a page is not displayed. The tag can also be used by the visually impaired users. They use screen readers that can read the alt text to help them better understand what the image is all about. So by having image alt text tag, you create better user experience for your visitors. But more importantly, the most important part actually is that the image alt text tag is for the search bots to understand what your image is all about. You see, search bots cannot view an image, not like you and I. We can look at an image, we can view it, and we can, with our eyes, we can interpret what the image is about. But search bots cannot do this. Yeah, they don't have eyes. Yeah. So with an image alt text tag, the search bot learns, gets informed and learns all about the image, and it enable them to understand it, what is it all about, and as such be able to index that image. When an image is indexed, it has the potential to appear on search results, especially the image search results. But sometimes it can even appear on the usual search results page, as I have mentioned earlier. So, can you see the importance and potential of an image for SEO now? Besides the usefulness for SEO, images can actually improve the quality of your content. It can make it more readable and more pleasing. Yeah, as it is said, a picture paints 1,000 words. These days, people do not like to read, long pages filled with nothing but text. Even if it's all blocked, like section, but they don't want to just read text. Images can help to break up all this content and make it easier to consume. With images, people will enjoy reading your articles, they will spend more time on your web page, on your website. So again, this is good for SEO. When people stay for a longer time on your web page, yeah, rather than go there for a short time, have a quick look and leave, search engines translate all this longer stay time on your web page as your web page having quality and valuable content that people like. This boosts the SEO ranking factor for your website, and as a result, boosts your website's ranking. Now that you understand the importance of the image alt text tag, let's discuss about how to write powerful and effective image alt text tags. One of the most important things is to describe the image and be specific. Look at the image and use both the image subject and context to guide you. For example, here we see an image about, stocks and inventory in a warehouse. So the image alt text that I use for this image is stocks and inventory in the warehouse to explain what this image is all about. The best format for alt text is sufficiently descriptive but doesn't contain any spammy attempts at keyword stuffing. While you do not want to do keyword stuffing, you can use your keywords in your alt text tags, the image alt text tags. Yeah, usually just use one or two of the article's target keywords. If it is easily, you can easily include it into your alt text. Do consider that you can also, you can also consider semantic keywords. But all these are really not necessarily not necessary too. So use your keywords, but use it sparingly. More important is to be descriptive. Yeah. For example, using shoes versus red shoes with strap and 6-inch heels. So the latter is more descriptive and is better for SEO. Remember not to use dashes, and also don't cram all your keywords into every single image alternate text tag. Yeah. Okay. So and last reminder, one more time, no keyword stuffing. I know I already mentioned about keyword stuffing, but let me be very clear. All right. Google will never give you fewer points for poor written image or text tags, but you will be in trouble if you use your alt text as an opportunity to stuff as many relevant keywords as you think you can into it. So don't do this. Focus on writing descriptive alt text tag that provides context to the image, and if possible, include your target keyword and leave it at that. There are some words that you should not include, not necessary to, such as image of, picture of. Yeah, don't need to add that in your alt text. When search bots look at your image, they already know that this is an image and your alt text is referring to an image. So there's no need to specify that it's an image or picture of. Yeah, just jump right into the image description, yeah, and start to describe what the image is all about. Screen reading tools will identify it as an image from the article's HTML source code, and so will Google. I'm guilty of this, yeah, but try not to use images as text, but sometimes it is necessary, yeah. So this is less of a alt text specific best practice, but more of general SEO friendly, uh, um, web development tenet, yeah. Because search engines can't read the text, yeah. So if you create images with text, there isn't any point to it, yeah, unless it is for use to enhance your content. So if you must do it, explain what this photo is about. So if it is a photo with text and the text is important, you want to highlight it using images, say that in your description. Keep your alt text tags fewer than 125 characters. This is because screen reading tools typically stop reading alt text at this point. So long-winded alt text will be cut off, and it can be at awkward moments when verbalizing this description for the visually impaired. I know this is all about image alt text tags, but I like to give you some tips for images. Yeah, okay. Be careful of intellectual property. Uh, the best is to make sure that you own the images before you add them to the website. One way is to upload your own images. For example, taking photos, using your smartphone, yeah, and using those images. Um, Another way is to buy stock photos, yeah, if you cannot afford photos to be taken by a professional. Um, Alternatively, you can use images that are copyright free. You can get those at Pixabay or Pexels. Most importantly, use good quality photos. And here are some additional more tips for you. Yeah, okay. Be aware of the image size, right? Reduce image file sizes when you can, so that your page downloads faster. And name your images properly. You can use keywords in your file name, right? And save the images as either GIF, JPEG, PNG, WebP, or SVG. I have said it for many years, and I will continue to say it in the years to come. Video is the future. These days, people prefer to see images. Better still, present the information in a video and they will enjoy watching it. Cisco has reported that by 2022, online videos will make up more than 82% of all consumer traffic. This is 15 times higher than it was in 2017. You see, the reason why videos are so popular is because videos are very accessible. They are easy to consume, it engages the audience attention, and is able to convey emotions and ideas easily. And videos can contain more information than text and images in a very short period of time. So, because of all these benefits, it has been found that online videos has helped increase the chances of a consumer making a purchase decision after watching a video. Google has found that 68% of YouTube users watched YouTube to help make a purchase decision. Did you know that adding a video to your digital marketing strategy can drastically improve your SEO efforts? Here are some ways to create powerful and effective online videos for SEO. People will spend longer time watching videos on your website. As a result, this increases dwell time and reduces bounce rates. These are both signals to search engines that your page has something of value, and this can increase your chances of your video getting to the first page of search results. On search results, engines like Google will show a video thumbnail next to the search listing. According to Bright Edge, this is done for 26% of search results. And it has been found that users are more likely to click that listing. Your videos has to have content that is interesting and engaging. There's no point creating videos that have very poor content offering. People will not watch, or at most they will just watch for a few seconds, and that's not good for your SEO. One of the ways to have good quality content videos is to answer questions that your viewers may have. When you do this with consistency and provide great value, you can become an authority on the topic of your niche, and you can gain credibility. Search engines will recognize this and boost your pages to higher ranks. As such, Q&A videos are effective for this. Another type of video that can do well for your SEO efforts is to do demonstration of your products. Thousands of retailers are using product videos. As mentioned earlier, Google has found that 68% of YouTube users watch YouTube videos to help them make a purchase decision. You can also do a video that's educational. For example, this video is great for my website in the section where I educate my readers and audience about on-page SEO, particularly how to use online videos for that purpose. All these can boost your SEO efforts and get your website and web pages ranked high. After creating your video, you should publish and promote it. For SEO, it is ideal to publish the videos on YouTube. This is because YouTube is the second biggest search engine. You can earn significant traffic to your website, and it is a powerful branding opportunity. It can also lead viewers to your website. Consider this: YouTube is owned by Google. Google is far more likely to rank videos that are hosted on YouTube. In fact, it has been believed that Google will rank listings that have videos more so than those without videos. After you have published your video on YouTube, it is ideal to embed that video into your blog post or web article. This will improve the ranking of your website or web page. It can even reach the coveted first page position. As such, it has been observed that embedding a YouTube video that is relevant to a blog post or article can help and has helped increase ranking. I know of an internet marketer who experimented with embedding videos. After his blog post reached the second page of SERP, he created and embedded a YouTube video to that same post. The next day, his web page ranking reached the first page. So, remember to embed your video where it makes sense with other relevant written and visual content. The more Google can understand how your video fits into the content on that page, the better your results will be. As such, placement must make sense. For example, branding videos fit very nicely into pages like About Us, Product videos is great for e-commerce platforms, especially on websites' product descriptions. And testimonial videos are powerful and they can work anywhere on your website. When a video is done well, it can generate large number of links to your website. These backlinks can even be from reputable domains. But firstly, your video has to provide value to the viewer. As mentioned earlier, it has to have high quality content. It should be able to educate them or provide useful information about a product. It should evoke emotions, make them laugh, make them cry, etc. So much so that your viewers would want to share your video. When they watch your entire video, this informs the search engines that people find the content of the video of value. This is one of the ranking factors, also known as dwell time. Studies have proven that people would spend over twice as long time on a page with video than without. And when they share your video, it creates backlinks. So the higher the quality of your content, the more likely you are to get backlinks. This is another ranking factor and a very important one too. When you do well with both these ranking factors due to your online video, you can get your website or web page ranked high. So have the keywords that you have chosen in the title tag, description tag, and in the file name of your video. Also mention the keywords in your video content, because Google and YouTube have been known to do their best to listen and understand your video. That's how YouTube can auto-create your transcript. Yeah. As such, words like your keywords do get picked up. So to be sure to say your keywords a few times throughout the video content. Also create a custom thumbnail. Use large fonts for visibility on search results. And for your thumbnail, also include the keywords in the file name. For tags, include the keywords within the tags you assign to your video. This includes hashtags. Use your keyword for at least for one of the 3 keywords that you're allowed to place at the bottom of your video's description. Also, try to get as many likes, subscriptions, and comments as possible, because this is a big ranking signal for your video content. So encourage viewers to like or subscribe to your video, leave a comment, by mentioning in your video, or using end screens. Yeah. These two features can significantly boost your user interaction for your video, which makes it more likely for search engines to recommend your videos to more people. The watch time is also one of the important ranking factor, especially for YouTube. It's been said that the longer videos have better chances of ranking higher in search results. But these days, people have shorter attention spans. So you may need to keep the video length shorter. 10 minutes or less is reportedly the best. But I notice most people watch 3 to 4 minutes of a video, mostly. On passive online revenue YouTube channel, the average watch time is almost just 2 minutes, you know. Do you notice that YouTube also, the videos have subtitles? These are great for SEO. It helps the search engines to know more about your video, how to rank it, relevant to the relevant search query. So include some relevant keywords into the transcript, and that can help your video get ranked. And do as many as possible to get ranked for more than one keyword. On top of this, you can include the transcript of your video into your web page, but of course do this appropriately. For example, I used the transcript of this video on a blog post of this topic. Besides ranking for your videos, you can also use them to increase conversions and as a result increase sales and revenue. Today, more brands are using videos on landing pages as well as pages, other pages on their website. They do this to keep the visitors, to the pages engaged, and ultimately to convince them to make a purchase. When visitors land on your website, you have seconds to impress them and get them engaged. Landing pages with lots of text and maybe a few images just won't do it. But when you embed a video, it has been found to increase the length of time your visitors will stay on the page. And it has also been found to convert many customers. But first, you have to get them onto your landing page. And SEO, and in this case video SEO, can help you achieve that. Have you noticed that search results on Google often show rich snippets? In particular, rich snippets with video. This is what a site with video-rich snippets looks like in the SERPs. Rich snippets are known to have higher click-through rates, and I can attest to that. This article about Kamki Cafe has one of the highest traffic on my travel website. Snippets like this let people know that when they click on the search listing, there is a video for them to view. And it has been found that video-rich snippets have higher click-through rates. This is because a snippet like this can stand out from all the other search results, which are mostly just text. Right? Having a video and a thumbnail makes it more attractive to people doing the search, and they're more likely to click on it. As such, this will increase traffic to your website, and yes, this is one of the SEO ranking factors too. One last tip I give you is to be consistent in producing online videos. Be consistent in the quality of the video and the value of the content, and keep working at video SEO. This can get your videos ranked high, and preferably not just for one keyword, but for as many relevant keywords as possible. As more keywords match the search queries, you can get more people watching your online videos. After you've produced the video and done the video SEO, you will need to distribute it, right, and promote it. This can help with your SEO. You should also repurpose the same content on many other platforms or sites. This will further help you with the success of your digital marketing strategy. I will discuss more about this in a future video. So remember to subscribe and hit the notification button to get updated. Internal linking is when you link from one page on your website to another page on your same website. What you do is, for particular text on your post, you add a link that directs visitors to a different page or post on your website. Here is what it can look like. So when a reader is interested to find out more, they can click on that link and visit that page. Yeah. So internal links are like, to a page are like votes. They tell search bots that the destination page has valuable and relevant content that the reader will appreciate. This also makes it easier for the search engines to crawl your entire website as well as to understand it. Internal links also enhances user experience and reduce bounce rates. By pointing to another page within your website that has more relevant and valuable information, you are helping your visitors to make it easier for them to explore and understand your website. Also, as your readers continue to read more pages on your website, your bounce rates will be reduced. Internal links are also known as hyperlinks. These point to pages that are on the same website. Here are some tips on how to do internal linking effectively for SEO. Have you seen web pages where the text eventually invites you to click here? Where does the link go to? What will you get when you reach the destination of this link? Just like now, you have no idea what these words say. You know what it says, but you don't know where it will take you. It is the same for these search engines. Yeah? When the search bots encounter these words, they too have no idea where the link for the words will go to. Can you see why it is important to use keywords for your internal links now? And the best is to contextualize to the page you are linking to. For example, here are the words "make money." It tells the readers that and the search bots that this link will go to a page about making money. When a reader clicks on it, or when the search bot goes to that page, they will see a useful and helpful article about making money online. When you link to another page on your site, you send link authority to that page. This can help your page to rank better on search engines such as Google. Take a look at your site architecture and decide which pages are important and which ones you would like to rank. Then, when you create more posts, look for opportunities in the content to link to those important pages. Hyperlinks should be done within a paragraph. This is ideal, it is natural, and I always advise people to write naturally. Google and other search engines love it when we write naturally, as opposed to writing in such a way that is forced or just to please a search engine's ranking algorithm. There may be occasions when you would like to hyperlink to the same page more than once. When that happens, it is best to avoid using the same anchor text all the time. This means using different words to link to that same page. Also, do not use the same anchor text for two different pages. For example, if you have two pages on your website that have roughly similar content, such as this wealthy affiliate review done years ago and this recent wealthy affiliate review done in 2021. So you have opportunities to link to each page on different occasions. So do not use the same anchor text for both these pages. This will confuse Google and other search engines. They will see it as both pages having the same topic and same content. Use different anchor text to link to each of these pages. For example, for the old review, you can use past information about wealthy affiliate as the hyperlink anchor text. And for the 2021 article, you can use the words wealthy affiliate review. I understand that there can be many opportunities to add internal links all throughout your web page. Of course, don't do that. Sprinkle them along your entire article and do it sparingly. As in, do not stuff internal links all over your page. And here's one important point. Try to add at least one internal link high up on your page. I usually do it within the first three paragraphs of text. This has been known to reduce bounce rates and increase dwell time, both of which can be very good for your SEO. This may be obvious, but it's always good to check and make sure that your internal links are with do follow. Because sometimes there can be a bug or a new automatic setting from a plugin, or the plugin itself may cause the links to suddenly become no follow. So it's good to double check on this. Don't link to a page you're already on. This may also sound obvious, but you'll be surprised that many people do this. Never link back to the same article. Because remember, internal linking means linking to another page or post on your website. A sitemap is the architecture of an entire website. It tells Google and other search engines what pages and posts are in a website and how they are categorized. XML sitemap is the most common type of sitemaps. It shows links to different pages on your website, and search engines like Google, Yahoo, and Bing use your sitemap to find all these different pages on your site. This is one of the main reasons why XML sitemap is important for SEO. If you use WordPress, you can get a sitemap made for you with the plugins like Yoast or All-in-One SEO. One of the benefits of using a plugin like this is that it updates your sitemap automatically. This is also known as a dynamic sitemap. Whenever you add a new page to your site, whether it be a blog post or product or a page, a link to that page will be automatically added to your sitemap file. You can then use that XML sitemap and submit it to Google Search. Submission of XML sitemap to Google Search informs Google that your site exists and makes it easier for Google to index your website and pages. This will help in indexing for your website, and as a result, helps in ranking of your website and web pages. The submission of XML sitemap should also be done for other search engines such as Yahoo and Bing. After you have submitted the sitemap and the search engines have crawled your site, you can get reports about your website. With these reports, you can see if there are any errors on your website, and if there are, you need to fix them. For example, you can see how many of your pages have been indexed and how many have not. Look at those that were not. See what were the issues, why were they not indexed, and try to solve it so that these pages get indexed too. Having your pages indexed is important because this will enable your pages to get ranked. Here's something important that you as a digital marketer must know. Google and all search engines dislike duplicate content. So make sure that your website does not have any. Duplicate content is content that appears on the internet in more than one place. This means that your content should appear at a unique website address and nowhere else. If it does appear on another website address, then you have duplicate content. It may not get your website penalized heavily, but it can impact your website or web pages search rankings. First and foremost, don't copy the same content, onto other pages or website, because that will definitely create, duplicate content. If you really need to create similar content on another page or website, then use the 301 redirect. You use it on the duplicate page, right? And that points to the original page. This will inform search engines which is the correct original page and which to rank for. As such, this can positively impact your page's ability to rank well. Another option is to use the canonical tag. The canonical tag informs search box which is the original content, and as such, which page should actually be credited for ranking. If you're not sure how to do canonical tags, you can either speak to your webmaster about this, or you can use plugins. There are plugins on WordPress that can allow you to do that. Here's another tip. To safeguard against content scrapers, add a self-referential canonical tag, the link to all your existing pages. Have you ever surfed a website and landed on a page with a message like this? Frustrating, isn't it? And it also contributes to bad user experience. So it's no wonder that search engines do not like them too. These are what are called broken links. As you know by now, these are links on your website that points to a web address that does not exist. You must address this problem. Imagine when these broken links were supposed to lead to a sales page or product page, and if visitors cannot go to these pages, your sales and revenue will be adversely affected. Also, as mentioned earlier, search engines do not like broken links, and this can impact SEO. As such, your website and web pages can get low ranks or maybe not even ranked at all. The first order of the day is to find all the broken links on your website. There are many tools and sites available online to help you do this. What I like to do is use a plugin that I'm using called Broken Links Checker. This plugin helped me to regularly check my entire website and look out for any broken links. When there are any, I will get an email notification about it. It is so easy to fix broken links, especially with a plugin. The same plugin that I just mentioned helps me to fix all my broken links, but I have to do it manually. I have to check each broken link to make sure that it is not really an issue, or if it is, then the plugin has many options to fix it, such as edit the link, remove the link, or even dismiss it if it's actually not a link. URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. It is the web address of your website or web page. When people enter the URL into a browser, they are able to visit your website or web page. An SEO-friendly URL is when the URL is designed to be more user-friendly for the internet users. And it is usually optimized for SEO to be rich with keywords and preferably short in length. So besides title tags, headers, and content, search engines also use the URL to understand what your content is all about. You should add your chosen keywords into the URL. Search engines will understand what topic your website is about and what keywords you're competing with, and also search users will see the URL and get a brief understanding of your web page topic too. All these can increase click-through rates, which is an SEO ranking factor. This is because search engines translate the clicks as users seeing value and relevance to their search query. Do not use spaces between words or underscore. Use hyphens or dashes. Search bots read spaces and underscores as non-existing pixels. As such, the words get combined into one word. Whereas hyphens or dashes help search bots to understand what that the next letter is the beginning of a new word. As such, the words become separate words. URLs should be short and sweet. It makes them more user-friendly and easily readable. Also, search bots may not read the entire length of a URL. This is not critical, but do this consistently to prevent any issues or errors such as broken links or 404 pages. Use categories and subcategories. It helps to keep your site organized. Organization helps search engines understand your website easily and better. For example, here is the URL for 7 ways to make money from your website. This page is from my passive online revenue website. As you can see, the page is within the category of Business 101. This means that it is all about business. Yeah. So this helps the search bots to understand more about the 7 ways to make money page. As such, indexing is more accurate and this can improve rankings. This is the new standard. Yeah, all sites need to be more secure. This is a ranking advantage because Google has said before that it is a ranking signal. Some websites have pages or posts where the URL is automatically generated. These usually create really bad URLs where it has no meaning for the search bots. Here is an example. Also avoid parameters like UTM tracking, which can cause problems for SEO. This can hurt SEO, and also it makes the URL really long. Plus, it does not tell users what this page is all about. Page loading speed is the amount of time it takes for your web page to load on a browser, right? And how fast it does that, it depends on several factors. What you can do to find out how fast your page loads is you can evaluate the page speed using one of the Google tools called Page Speed Insights. Since 2010, page loading speed is one of the signals used by Google to rank pages. So pages that are slow in loading can negatively affect your page ranking. When you choose a web hosting service at a lower monthly rate, it can result in poor management and performance. You see, one of the reasons the hosting is so cheap is because they're sharing resources with many websites, and usually it can be thousands of websites. This can overload the server and can result in slower page loading speed. So choose a better performing hosting solution, one that is designed for speed. For me, I use one that I'm quite happy with. They provide excellent management and performance. Plus, the customer service is excellent and always contactable, 24/7. Also, they have many optimization tools and features that help with improving page load time. One of them is the important image optimization tool, which I will discuss further down this video. The other is CDN, which is the next point I will discuss. CDNs are also known as Content Distribution Network. These are networks of servers that are used to distribute the load of delivering content. There are many data centers at various locations around the world, and they keep copies of your website. Then they can detect where your website visitor is physically located, and they will send your website from a server closest to these visitors. As such, when people visit your website, they can experience a faster download time. Take a look at the amount of traffic your website gets, the resources that each of these web page uses, and the software that your server uses and the hosting solution you use. All these can affect your server response time. Monitor the performance bottlenecks and fix them. These could be, issues like slow routing, slow database queries, lack of adequate memory, and more. Keep your image file sizes as small as possible without compromising on quality. You still need to have good quality image for the purpose of image SEO. Use photo editing software like Photoshop or GIMP to compress the images. Also on WordPress, there are plugins that can help you compress your images. For example, there's this plugin on WordPress called Smush. It can automatically compress any image when you upload to your website. For me, my web hosting service provides the image optimization features, so I don't need any plugins. They handle all the compression and optimizing of images for me automatically. Plus, I use their lazy load feature to reduce the initial load time. Browsers can store style sheets, images, JavaScript files, etc. on the browser cache. This can reduce load time, especially in cases when the visitor comes back to your website. When all the information is cached, the browser doesn't have to load the entire page again, and this speeds up the page load time. Clean and optimize your codes. For example, remove spaces, commas, and any other unnecessary characters. Like code comments, remove them. Unnecessary formatting, unused code, remove them. Google recommends using CSS Nano and Uglify.js to help you with this. To render a page, browsers have to build a DOM tree and parse HTML. This will cause delays and slow down the load time. So remove any render blocking JavaScript if you feel that you need to. A redirect will add load time, as the HTTP request response cycle needs to happen. Every time there is a redirect, this cycle is executed, and this slows down the page load time. Plugins are used on many platforms such as WordPress, and having too many plugins on your website can slow down the loading time. So do your best to minimize the number of plugins. Use only those that you really need and are really necessary. Disable and delete plugins that you no longer use. There are many tools to test page load time, and as I mentioned before, one of the best is Google Page Speed Insights. This tool scans your page's code, and when there are any problems affecting load speed, they will produce a report to tell you all about it. They will show you areas you can improve, and these are known as opportunity and recommendations on the report. Today, optimizing for mobile search is critical. You should optimize your website for mobile search by making it mobile friendly with mobile SEO. Google deemed mobile searches as so important that they initiated the Mobile First Index in 2018. Today, Google favors mobile search. So it is important to make sure that your website is mobile friendly, and you do it by doing mobile SEO. Do the Google Mobile Friendly test. It will give you a report to help you find out if your web pages are optimized for mobile searches. It will also provide you recommendations on how to improve and optimize your website for mobile. Google has stated that responsive design is their preferred option. So choose a responsive design that also provides mobile-friendly features. Responsive design will help to identify the screen size that your visitor is using and adjust the content on your pages according to that screen size. This makes your content easier to view on various mobile devices. Make sure your images are scaled when viewed on mobile. A responsive theme usually will be able to do that for you automatically. But don't just assume, right? Always check, always test. I used to use a theme where it scaled my images automatically. Then one day I noticed some images were not scaled correctly. Needless to say, I looked for a better theme. On mobile, the screen is smaller than the desktop. As such, you need to optimize your navigation. Make it easy to view and easily clickable. Keep it simple and clean so that your visitors find it easy to use. For example, limit the links to the main pages up to 8. If you need more, try the hamburger menu. Mobile phones today have touchscreens, and when buttons are too small or placed too closely to each other, it can make it difficult for a visitor to click on a button, on an option, right? So make sure your buttons are of optimal size and there's enough spacing between buttons to help visitors to choose and click on the right button of choice. Also, take note, do not make buttons too large also. This can lead to accidental clicking and can annoy your visitors. When you have a CTA, right, which is call to action, where you would like the visitor to take action, for example, join your mailing list or buy your product, okay, but make sure that the button is shown on the first screen, right? If the CTA is not shown on the first screen and the user has to scroll down, to find the button and click on it, it becomes a bit bothersome. Yeah, and you may find not many people clicking on it. So keep the button of the CTA in clear view within one screen. I find many people have a negative sentiment towards pop-ups, especially those that suddenly appear and block most of the mobile screen. I'm finding that this is not because pop-ups are bad or should be avoided. It is more about applying best designs for pop-ups. Right? For example, create them so that the users have a clear option to remove it from view. Also make sure the pop-up is designed with an offer that people might be interested in, and you can time the pop-up so that it does not intrude or interrupt immediately when a visitor arrives on your page. Give it a bit of time. Let your visitor read some of your content first, right? For example, maybe show the pop-up after a few seconds, right? So that the user can read your content a bit before you show the pop-up. Or better still, show the pop-up only when a visitor is about to leave your page. I discussed about optimizing page loading speed in a previous video. Basically, you need to optimize your pages for fast download times. When on mobile, people usually don't have the time to wait, to wait a long time for your page to load, right? So you need to do this. Go watch my previous video for more tips on how to optimize page loading speed, click on the link above. Most voice searches are done on a mobile device, so you need to make sure that your web pages are optimized for voice searches. This includes using conversational keywords. Again, I spoke about this in a previous video. It's a video about keywords and keyword research. So click on the link above to watch that video. These are the 12 on-page SEO actionable techniques that work to get your website ranking high and even first page. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. There are many other factors to consider. But meantime, do you have a question about on-page SEO? Let me know in the comments below. In my next video, I will share about off-page SEO. So remember to subscribe and hit the notification button to get updated whenever I publish a new video. I wish you immense wealth and success.